Over here, you can see the sunset conebush, or its Latin name would be the Leucadendron Salignum. It's an absolutely fabulous bush because, well, first of all, it reminds us of the sun setting because of its beautiful colours. This is a female plant because it's got its cones, and this is considered a flower, but I do think that the flower inside is more like a cone than an actual flower. So its leaves look like flowers, but actually they're just leaves. It's absolutely fabulous, as it's really found all over the Western Cape, and it's really like a signature bush for the Western Cape, found on sandy slopes and all the beautiful slopes of South Africa's mountain range, or the Western Cape mountain range, such as Table Mountain. This is a sweet, sweet dear friend of mine because it reminds me of all my beautiful hikes with all my beautiful friends.
Ever since moving down to the Western Cape from Pretoria in 2010, hiking has been one of my favourite pastimes because of the richness of the floral diversity. This charismatic conebush has almost always decorated the landscapes on most of my hikes. Thus, I have fallen in love with its coloration and texture. This bush, more commonly known as the sunshine conebush, is in fact extremely prolific species and is found all over South Africa. As a result, it takes on very different forms due to the different soil types and environmental conditions. Just like its family members, this conebush has to make the ultimate sacrifice for the next generation by being burnt before its seeds can be released and germinate in an ash-covered soil landscape. It can, however, also reproduce by cuttings or resprouting from a healthy rootstock.
My name is Nina Blom, and I am in love with most of the fynbos species in the Western Cape, but in particular the Leucadendron Salignum. I believe that one doesn't really have to know all the ecological and biological facts about a species to really appreciate it. I think that nature can be appreciated simply for just existing or forming part of our memory landscapes. I have this feeling that many of the residents in the Cape take our fynbos environment for granted. And I think it would be an absolute privilege and honor to help open people's eyes to the magic in the mundane environment, this beautiful fynbos floral environment, which many of us call home.
That being said, I cannot deny how important it is to really understand the ecological and biological significance of a species. If it was not for researchers and ecologists who work at, for example, Grootbos, I'm sure that many of the species we think are prolific might just also be able to go extinct. Thus, forming part of a team that tries to understand the ecological significance of many of the fynbos species, not in order for people just to enjoy them, but for the greater good of the fynbos floral environment, would be an absolute dream come true.